You'd never know it, but I'm sitting on top of 12 million gallons of Seattle drinking water. You ready? You'd never know it, but right now I'm sitting atop 12 million gallons of Seattle drinking water. It's the city's newest lidded reservoir. You'd never know it just from looking, but right now I'm sitting on top of 12 million gallons of Seattle drinking water. It's the city's newest lidded reservoir. You'd never know it just by looking, but right now I'm sitting atop 12 million gallons of Seattle drinking water. It's the city's newest lidded reservoir. Sounds like it still would be ideal if it wasn't, if it could be taken out of the system and decommissioned. I suppose that would be the cheapest
You
alternative
mean as
too.
far as SBU is concerned?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is the water tower, was that here too when the Olmsteds came? What's the connection between the water tower and this and the Olmsteds?
Yeah, the water tower was not built. It wasn't even located when the Olmsteds were first asked to be consultants on the design of this park. They helped locate it. And they located in configuration with the views that it afforded, as well as the lily ponds that are symmetrically based as a design element to the pond, the reservoir itself. So,
What would the Olmsteds say about swimming in this?
I'm not sure.
Well, we'll have to ask them.
Yeah, we'll have to ask them. It's interesting to note that a lot of the design details that were used on this reservoir were also used as the perimeter walls, and the pump house building and other design elements structurally were used also down at Cal Anderson Park. They're quite similar. And the historic pump house is obviously still active at this place, as it is still being used down at Cal Anderson.
Is it still being used? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I assume that you would want that retained too, no matter what happened.
Sure. Yeah, just like down at Cal Anderson. It's a nice design element. It's been there for, since the very beginning.
What would be the view of Friends of Olmsteds if you sunk a new reservoir in the amphitheater garden?
Well, the end product might be wonderful as far as SBU is concerned. The construction project in that location would be massive. I mean, if you're familiar with the construction project that happened at Cal Anderson, it took years. The end product there, again, is very nice looking, but
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It also, I mean, they had the advantage that they weren't within a park. At least they were,
they could access it much
right.
easier.
They were creating a park kind of out of nothing, but in an already existing park. So once again, just one more sort of see the shining sea view about this water element and why it's so important. And it's what's special about water to the Olmsteds and what's special about this water?
The Olmsted brothers, when they first came here, were in awe of the aspect that the whole of Seattle it has towards its water base, like Lake Washington, Puget Sound, and everything. And the fact that this reservoir was under construction, under final design work, they used it as a visual reflective element in the park design, and the whole park sort of focuses around it as its central. So it's important that it be there, I think.
Great. That's perfect.
Your name?
My name is Karen, K-A-R-E-N, Olsen, O-L-S-E-N.
What are you doing here?
Well, Rana, he's the president of the local Nepali Ethnic Society, and he's a friend of mine. We actually work together in the same office. And I'm the American acoustic performer today, along with all these other good folks. And he invited me to do a few American songs in addition to all the other songs and dances going on here. And I also designed the posters and the festival programs.
What do you think about what you're seeing?
It looks very nice so far. I saw some of the rehearsal yesterday, but I think the real thing is even better. I haven't seen everything.
And what made you get up there and dance?
Well, I don't know. The last Ethiopian dance, I think it was that was my favorite thing that I'd seen so far. The one before the lunch break, and it kind of reminded me that 2 folklife festivals ago, there was a lot of East African music that I enjoyed dancing to. So it kind of inspired me to sort of jump up and take part in that.
Had you heard or danced Ethiopian music before today?
Yeah, but it was like folklife before last that I last did that.
This event, this is the first year for it. What do you think of it?
What?
The first year for this event, what do you think of this event? Do you think it'll last?
Well, considering that we're competing with the Bite of Seattle this weekend, it seems to have a good start.
What do you think the purpose is of this event?
What?
What's the purpose?
The purpose, I don't know. I think it's to get these different communities some more visibility, as well as to engage the younger performers, to get them more involved, to give them performance opportunities.
You think this event will survive? You think it'll be here next year?
Well, I mean, anything is possible. I don't, it's really hard to say for sure. It depends on the budget to put the thing on and all that, and how much promotion and advertising we can get done, and how many other people and organizations we can get on board. The more support from the community, the better, I suppose.
You think that's important?
Yeah.
Thanks, Karen.
All right.
We'll have to drop this down. We'll drop it down.
I periodically get
So is it checking parking stickers
an email
or
on.
That's my
They have this
primary
top
responsibility.
10 list of who the bad guys
Sure
are.
about. But at the same
And
time,
I'm
we're kind of
shocked
like
that more
human
than a third of them
satellites,
are women.
and we're watching for crime
Does that surprise you?
events
It does me.
that are going on because
That, yeah,
we're kind of
I would not have
I know.
expected.
behind the scenes, and
And maybe
people
they're doing kind of with their boyfriends or
don't
whatever.
suspect us and see us, and because we have radios
that funny?
and telephones and stuff,
Huh,
I
that's
can get a
strange.
police response usually in
Of course,
30
maybe
to
that's a
40
little bit
seconds.
safer
So
sort of
that
crime for
there was a
women
situation
to
where
engage
I
in.
mean, and they're not hot
one
wiring,
of
they're
our
using
park
keys,
enforcement vehicles
and this
had
talks about
been
it.
turned into
but
motor pool.
so they're just
and
walking up and
they had to have someone
opening
check
the door,
out
opening
the
the
car system,
turning on the ignition.
and so they gave it to somebody else to drive.
So they
And they
I
didn't
guess
bother
maybe
just
they're
like
the
they're
supposed to be
driver
there.
and
So
their boyfriends
this
are
is right
doing
after
the.
some horrendous
Because what they
terrorist
typically do
activity.
is steal a
And
car,
so
drive to an
I was
area,
out and I
break
see
into
this
some
guy,
other
and
cars,
he's
leave
like
that car there, steal
kind of
another
rough
car,
looking, he's got
and they
long
just
beard, he's
replicate that.
typical. He parks behind the hospital.
But it's
Then
not
he's a
unusual
huge
for one
ice
person to
chest
steal
out
5 cars a
and goes
night.
running into the back of the
So
hospital.
people get their cars back and they've been driven 10 miles.
And this poor guy, I
So
went
it's
ahead
not the
and
big
went on
partying
radio.
out, the big elaborate thing. And what we have to learn, you know, as citizens, is the cars that are being stolen are the slightly older ones because they're easy to steal.
And these police came
And-
running into the hospital.
And the ignitions
they
get a little
went
bit
in,
loose, so they can get
draw
these.
your gun.
I think that. Yeah, that'd be great. Just stick them over on the table. That'd be great. Don't you need your stop, look, and listen sticker?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No I'm not giving up, no I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Ready?
And they're off.
Go ahead.
I guess there's another one. 344.
And the collar to be set down on top of it. The base is set on wooden blocks until the traffic signal people can get their
This is the framing yard where all the work was done by to constant tidal action. Their design was such that the effective location of the steel reinforcing bars would be near the rear of the wall slab, giving maximum cover between steel and seawater. The sheet piling and reinforcing steel was manufactured in the Bethlehem Steel Companies in West Seattle. These remarkable shots, taken during that time, show the process by which the hot steel was formed into 1 1/4 inch square steel reinforcing bars. Quality control of the concrete was maintained by the City Engineering Department Testing Laboratory. Specifications required that the concrete show a 3,000 pound per square inch resistance under compression. This requirement was always exceeded. It is thick, 8 feet wide, and 20 feet long. They weighed approximately 23 tons.
don't be hitting don't be hitting one another in the head.